All right, guys, we are back here. So, as I had stated with the other series that I just started with my buddy Supremacy, my file for my Red Wings franchise mode actually got corrupted or got lost somehow, so I'm not able to continue that. But we are on the post-trade deadline rosters, so I'm gonna go ahead and just restart the Red Wings series here, and we'll get that going. Hopefully, we get some of those draft picks from the players that we lost from Bertuzzi and Hronek, and we can go ahead and take a peek at what we want to do with this team. Now, I think my plan is to actually keep the core. So keeping Larkin, keeping Raymond, keeping Sider. We're not moving any of those guys. They're going to be Red Wings for life. We got to figure out how to make it work with them. So we're going to go ahead and turn owner mode off. We're going to go ahead and turn player morale off. CPU trades we're going to leave on. Head coach edit lines we're going to turn off. Salary cap leave on. And I think that's it. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on from there. Now the settings, what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to adjust some of these settings. So quick setting, I've noticed the injuries are a little too much, a little too often. It becomes really tedious. So we're going to go ahead and turn those down. But everything else is going to stay as normal. Waivers on, just so it's as authentic as possible. Trade difficulty on medium, just to make it as even as possible. But in this advanced settings, let's see, is there anything? I want these to be on fully healed. Minor league head coach, yeah, that's fine. The NHL, no. Let's see, auto rotate goalies on, sim engine scoring medium, draft class quality medium. Now, I've considered actually turning these on high, but I think I want to leave it as genuine as possible. So we're going to go ahead and leave those there. Everything else looks good. And then gameplay sliders. To me, it seems like it changes. So we're going to go ahead, and I think 15 is too low, which I tried before. We're going to go ahead and toss it on like 25. I think 25 will be good. So we're going to toss them on 25 for both CPU and human. So it'll be good there. And honestly, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and hop right into this. We're going to go ahead and take a peek at our contracts. I know we lost Hronek, Bertuzzi, Sunkfist. We do still have some pieces that we can make work for year number 1, but we're definitely going to have to either retool. I do think the Red Wings are still in a rebuild, which is a little unfortunate because Larkin probably only has 5 or 6 years left in his prime at around his 89 or 90 overall. So it's going to be a little tough to make it work in that window since we're specifically on a rebuild with the pieces that we have. But we have long term for Raymond, Sider, Marco Kasper, Simon Edvinsson. We got a lot of other AHL pieces, so we're going to try to build around those guys, make it all work, and build for the future. Now, I am leaving auto scouting on. It's just a lot to go through and deal with it myself. But here we are. All right. So the one other thing is we are in one of the tougher divisions in the NHL. But let's go ahead and just take a look at our contracts. So what I do want to look at here is just based on overall. We got any bad? Let's actually sort by contract price. So I mean, Ben Sherratt is definitely someone that we could move on from. As far as David Perron, I mean, like, he's a depth piece. He can help our younger guys up in the top 6, maybe third line even when he starts to drop off. But he's only 2 years, so I think that's a contract we stick with. Robbie Fabry's on a pretty good deal here, so I'm going to stick with him. Pius Suter specifically, I mean, I stick with him year number 1. We don't re-sign him kind of thing. Kubalik is on a pretty good deal for the next 2 as well. So, I mean, if I pick up any rentals, I think they have to be 2-year rentals. They stay on the same. I want all my rentals to stay on the same contract length, and I want all my guaranteeds to stay on the same contract length. So you got like Sider just got extended at 8.7 for all this time, so he's definitely one of our key pieces. He's got the gold wheels, silver elite edges, and make it snappy. So realistically, he could definitely get some scoring for us, but he is a playmaker. Got no playmaking X factors, but we're gonna figure out how to make it work. We got Cop. Let's see, any other, I mean, other than that, I don't see really any actually bad contracts that we would have to move on from for salary cap. I mean, we got 18 mil in cap space, so I don't see that being an issue. As far as goalies, we got Husso and Hellberg. I know that in the system is going to be Nedeljkovic. He's an 80 overall, so we might, just for simulation purposes, we might pull him back up and then send Hellberg down to be starter in the system. Now, here's what I'm confused about is Sebastian Cosa isn't here. Let's see if they have him listed as CHL, because I know he's playing AHL time, but they might have him listed as CHL based on his age. So let's go ahead and take a look in here, because it won't show any CHL players in here, so we don't also see Casper. I guess we would have seen Casper. It says he's AHL here. So, Cosa? Did we get rid of him? Hang on. Quick Google search. No way we got rid of him, right? He's in the ECHL for the Toledo Walleye. So do we have rights to him? He's the ECHL. He's on the ECHL team for the Red Wings. Where did he go? Goalies. Unsigned, no. RFAs, no. UFAs, no. All expiring. Signed, they gave him fringe starter potential after the update, so he'll be a backup at best. That's interesting. So I don't know what the deal with Cosa is. And also, so is there a way for me to view lines other than NHL and AHL? Can I view like juniors lines or no? Doesn't look like it. ECHL. He's got to be in the game somewhere, right? No way Kosa's just not in the game. Let's just check goalies here. It has Quick as a free agent, so did they drop him? Sebastian Cosa. I know he was already in the 70s, so... That's interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see if he pops up at some point. Because he's not in free agents. Is he just not in the game at all anymore? Do we just not get him? That's a little concerning. I don't know what to think about that. That's going to be really interesting. All right. I mean, we potentially lost a medium elite goalie there. We'll have to see how that plays out, because I know he was in the AHL pre-trade deadline update. All right. Well, I mean, regardless, as far as moving pieces around, actually, let's go check and see if we got all those first rounders or not. Because if not, then it's going to be a lot harder. Because I'm assuming Yzerman's plan is dump Bertuzzi, dump Hronek, and then make a blockbuster at like draft day, I would assume. So let's see what kind of firsts this team has. So we got the Islanders first here. So we do have that. Then 2024, we got 2 firsts as well. So we definitely could make some moves for like the Islanders first and the Bruins first, because they're probably going to be good teams. I would assume not great picks. We got 3 seconds, 3 fourth, 5th, 6th, 7th, 2 first, 2nd, 3rd, 2 fourths, 5th, 6th, 7th, 2 fourths for 2025, 2 7ths as well. So we got a lot of picks to work with here. So yeah, I'm thinking we can make something work here. Now it would be, who do we go after? But here's my thing, is I think I want to do it the same way he was doing it. As far as like probably leave it for the season, get a good draft pick for next season, and then like we can Bedard hunt, and then after that is when like, see where our pick falls. We can hopefully get a lottery pick, see where it falls, and then potentially make a move at the draft day. Keep a first rounder, obviously keep our first rounder, but make a move with like the Islanders, unless theirs is also a lottery pick, which would be great. But we'll see right around there, and that will kind of decide if we are like at trade deadline. We will decide if we're a playoff team, and or I think we might just stick it out, don't make any moves this season at all, because we got a lot of guys that theoretically aren't going to have contracts in next season that we won't have to re-sign. So I don't think there's many moves we're going to be making. I think there's going to be a relatively easy start and simulation of the first season. I think there's going to be pretty straightforward. As far as this goes, turn that off. I don't want him naturally. So we already got Chase on here. Let's see. Zadina probably has third line scoring forward, so I want to get him on his playing time. Let's go ahead and get Kubalik, Kopp, and Fabry, Perron, Larkin, Raymond. I'm good with that. Suter over Chason. Yeah, I mean, we're going to kind of have to run with it. Sherratt, Sider, Hisik, Mata. We got Hag, Osterley. Do we want to run with Pissick there? I mean, he's an 80. I definitely want Wallman to run with. He's top 6 medium. He might grow a little bit, but same kind of thing. What's our coach preference right now? Current coach is hold line balanced. We got nothing that's going to improve. So, I mean, Wallman, Lindstrom, those are going to be some rough ones. He does have top 6 medium. Do we want to shop for a different... I mean, like I said, I think this year is just going to be a deal with what we got kind of year. Husso, Hellberg. So that would be the thing. Do I want to pull up Nedeljkovic? Honestly, I'm cool with Hellberg getting that time. I'm cool with Nedeljkovic helping the AHL squad. I think realistically, I would focus on AHL squad this year way more than I'm focusing on NHL squad. I think NHL squad is just going to have what they have. Marco Kasper definitely needs time. Johansson needs time. Wallander, let's go ahead and see. Top 4 medium. Johansson, top 6 medium. I definitely want to get them playing. Let's go ahead and make sure we get these guys playing. So, I mean, Lashoff is the captain. So theoretically, I would like to get Lashoff playing no matter what. But Sabrango, he does have top 6. New power. Yeah, we can definitely get new power. He's not growing at all. Get him out for Johansson. There we go. And then realistically, I could actually take out Kampfer. He's never going to grow. He's 33. I can get Wallander in there. What is Emil Viro? He's got top 6 medium as well at 20 years old. We might want to grab him up. Theoretically, we could go like that. How does that chemistry work out? There we go. So Wallander, Sabrango, Lashoff, Johansson, Edvinsson, McIsaac. Edvinsson still has a medium elite? Yep. Okay, cool. And then we have Nedeljkovic and Bednar. That's good with me. Okay, cool. I like that a lot. We need to take out, let's see, McGrath isn't going anywhere, so he's coming out. Let's go ahead and grab up Marco Kasper, slide him in. All right, Kasper does have medium elite. He's got 73 face-offs. Go ahead and toss him here and there. Daniel O'Regan, yeah, he's got no potential, so he's not going anywhere. Weatherby, Jasper Weatherby does have 77 in bottom 6, so we can go ahead and leave him. Soderblom, top 9 medium at 77. He might be able to be a depth player for us. Zarnik isn't moving. Luff probably isn't moving. Esperance isn't moving. What about Spezia? Not moving. Craggs, no. Pearson, no. But we do have some guys we want to focus on down here. So realistically, I might go sign some free agents that will just perform better than like Spezia or Dylan McLaughlin. I think I might go find better players to play with Kasper. We don't really have to focus on this bottom line. This bottom line can stay the same, but better free agents to play with Kasper. I mean, O'Regan wouldn't cost anything. We can go ahead and toss him there. but maybe like a 76, 77 overall guy to toss with over Spezia. And we could probably also get him on a minor league deal. Casper doesn't play a wing, so we would definitely need a wing. Let's go and take a peek at that. I don't think that's a bad option. Let's see. What do we got for free agents here? I think getting like a 76, 77 overall, even like a 75 would be better than a 71. Maybe like, I mean, let's just look at forwards and actually two ways. There we go. Forward two ways. I think someone to get him points. So maybe like a sniper like Yurko. That wouldn't be a bad option. Tomas Yurko. It's not a bad option. Brendan Perlini. It's not a bad option. He should be able to get some goals there. Any pure veterans that might help? I mean, Filppula's a guaranteed center. Nielsen's a guaranteed center. Let's just look at left wingers, dedicated left wingers. Louis Eriksson. Dominic Cahoon. Honestly, bring Yurko back. He was a previous Griffin and Red Wing before. I like that. He's got sniper. He's got pretty good shooting category. So, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and get Yurko back. We are at 50 out of 50 contracts. Let's see. Let's try to move some contracts for draft picks of contracts we're not going to use. So, let's see here. Let's just go look at defensemen. How many contracts we got for defensemen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 here. I mean, like, so Camphor. Camphor is someone we can move for draft picks. We can... So what if we, like, bundle Camphor... Oh, I went to the trade block. What if we bundle... I'm just thinking of players we're definitely not going to utilize in the future. Could be like... I definitely think Camphor is one of them. Anyone willing to just give up like a 7th rounder? No. So what about Camphor and... like Matherin? Maybe I can get a 7th out of those two? Nothing. Interesting. Alright. I need to offload contracts. So where are... We've got 50 contracts. Let's see. Anyone with a little bit of value that we might not want? I mean, I want to hold on to Berggren. He definitely could grow. McIsaac, I mean, he's got top 4. I don't want to move him. Not moving Edvinsson. We're not moving Casper. We could definitely do like new power. What about Sabrango? Can I get anything for Sabrango? A 7th or a 6th or something? Nothing. I don't want to move on from him, but I theoretically could. He is a little bit older. Let's see if we can get anything for Johansson and Sabrango. They're top 6s. I have other people I can... Nothing. Interesting. Anyone with a little bit of value down here? What do we got? Wallander, I'm not moving on from him. Cross Hannes, I would like to play him. Amadeus Lombardi? You know what? Theoretically, I don't think we're going to find it in the find trade. But what we can go ahead and do is propose trade. Find those guys down there that we're not going to... And we can like bundle them with a 6th and downgrade to a 7th or something like that. So let's see. Is there anyone that wants any of those guys down there? Any just random contracts we can offload? Like this guy. Top 9 low. I don't really think he's going anywhere. Let's go ahead and add him. Just cycle through. Arizona wants him. Bang. Let's see if they're willing to give up a 7th rounder. Let's see. So that's going to be too much value. Any 7ths you're willing to give up? I mean, bang. Like Boston's 7th from all the way down here. League approved. Still trade rejected. All right. So what draft picks you want? What draft picks you want? You want them all. So let's go ahead and give you a 6th from next year since we're taking a 7th from next year. Bang. There we go. All right, we offloaded a contract. Any more we can offload that we just really don't need? Let's see. So go back to all skaters. Worst potential. So Camphor, perfect. Someone like this. I would love to offload someone like Camphor. That's a guaranteed not doing anything with them. I don't know if there's any NHL team that could be looking for someone like Camphor. Nope. All right, so that's not going to be realistic. No one would want him, so getting him offloaded wouldn't be realistic. What about New Power? Anyone want New Power? Just trying to offload a bunch of contracts here. No one wants New Power. All right, remove. So it looks like, I mean, probably not going to get anything for these AHLs, but I mean, I don't want to go with Ernie. I mean, Zarnik isn't going anywhere, but he can definitely help Soderblom for a couple years, so I don't want to, anyone with a really low overall that I can offload here. I mean, like Pearson, he's not growing at all. So someone like Pearson is definitely someone I can move on from. Anyone want Pearson? Nobody. All right, so let's just find a team like Buffalo. Let's go ahead and grab back a 7th. See, they're willing to give up this 7th, this year's 7th, so let's give them this year's 6th. Let's see. Actually give them our 7th from next year. Bang. Trade accepted. Cool. All right, so go ahead and go here. We cleared up 2 contracts, it looks like. Edit lines, best AHL lines. We can go ahead and adjust that if we need to eventually. Cleared up 2 contracts, though. Okay. So, what we're going to go ahead and do here is hop back over to the AHL. Let's see here. So, Hannes, yep, that's good. We got him in. Casper, first line time. I like that. Get him as good as he can be. Zarnik, I know, produces points down here. Hiroshi is a playmaker. Casper's a 2-way forward. So theoretically, what we can do, try to find a sniper, potentially. Yeah, like Yurko. So Yurko can go ahead and take Hiroshi's spot. Hiroshi can go ahead and move down. We'll go like that. Weatherby can go ahead and move for Craggs, and then we'll scratch Craggs when we get Yurko. So let's try to sign him. I think Yurko's a good option. Let's see. We definitely want to switch out some of these guys. So yeah, what was it? It was New Power. New Power didn't really have any potential. So let's go ahead and get Wallander in. I like that. We can go ahead and do it like that. Sabrango. Let's see, does that? Okay, so we got Sabrango, Wallander. We got Evanson up here with Camphor. That's fine with me. Yeah, I'm good with Wallander taking bottom line time just for this year. He should still get a boost. And then we have Casper. We got Soderblom. So all we need to do is go get Yurko. Realistically, I would like Hanas, cross Hannes, to get some better line mates. So maybe, I mean, that's just based off of chemistry. I mean, having him playing with 269 overall. Yeah, there we go. I'm fine with this bottom line. I mean, I don't think there's anyone I'm focused on here. Top 9 medium, not really focused on that. Yeah, no, I'm not really focused on any of those guys. So, yeah, I got Hannes getting good line mates. Yeah, these guys should be able to perform. And then let's go ahead and go sign Yurko. Okay. And we added a couple more the shot in the dark picks, which I'm cool with. So let's go ahead and we can hop back to NHL side. Actually, I mean, we're gonna have to go back to the AHL team anyways, but let's go ahead and find Yurko. So we gotta just narrow it down, bang there, and left wingers. Thomas Yurko, offer him a contract. We can even bump it up. It's only 1 year. Just really give him 0.95. Good with me. So we can advance a couple days, get him signed, and then we can go ahead, put him in the lines where we want him. Advance a couple days here. It's all good with me. Go ahead and try to get Yurko signed. I'm expecting this to be a lottery pick year for the Red Wings. If it's not, I'll be surprised, but Yurko coming back. Sounds good to me. Let's get back to edit lines really quickly, and then we'll go ahead and hop into the simulation of this season. So, yeah, let's go ahead and AHL here. Crags, you're getting scratched for Yurko. Now, do we theoretically want to scratch like Niederbach? Just get Esperance in or someone like that. I mean, we could get Spezia in just to get a little bit of better performance there. Yeah, I'm cool with that. All right, so I think this is realistically how we want it to play out for this year. I don't think there's any other moves we can make. I don't want to start selling draft picks at the beginning of the year, trying to bet on a team. We've got 4 first rounders over the next 2 years. And theoretically, we might be able to grab another 4th for like Perron at the end of the year. That'll also clear up some cap, as well as like maybe bundle Perron and Sherratt, and we can go ahead and grab another 1st and then work in free agency. I would 100% be good with that. We have a lot of cap space to work with. So let's go ahead and suffer through year number 1. And we will, the other thing I want to make sure is we have scouts in every region. See, a 3rd and a 6th to get a 3rd and a 4th. But Johansson, I mean, that clears a contract. I don't think he's even playing right now. We get extra draft picks, clears a contract. Yeah, we'll take that. Sounds good to me. I know he's got top 6 medium, but we got a lot of guys like that. We just go best lines through the whole season. We're just going best roster, best lines, because we're not really, we didn't change anything on the AHL team. Or on the NHL team. AHL, we might actually adjust. We might adjust AHL team manually, but we will see how that goes. All right, so we are here up at the regular season. I think honestly we can just fly through this season. We got draft picks. We got a lot to work with for the future. My only thing is Dylan Larkin's on the team. I want to get him a cup. He's extended for 8 years, but he's in his prime for probably another 6, maybe 7. So theoretically getting him a cup, we got like a 5-6 year window to go ahead and really push for that. So I'm thinking this year's a suffer year. We got the draft, and then we have picks to trade with. So I think that's how we're going to work with theoretically. What we also could do, it's very unrealistic, is move on from Larkin, because he's our last guy that is a main core piece. Because I'm thinking our core is going to be, like the young core, is Seider, Raymond, Edvinsson, Marco Kasper. Those are all 21 and under that should be able to be a core for the future. Now, I mean, you're talking 7 years from now, it's hard because a lot of the prospects that they have in this game that aren't in the NHL when this game came out don't really have X factors. So someone like Kasper, Edvinsson, they don't have X factors, but they could become 90 overalls. So it might not work with chemistry the best as like drafted prospects. So what we theoretically could do is stick with Seider, Raymond. They got their X factors, but get rid of Kasper and Edvinsson because they don't. I mean, he's a medium elite. He could theoretically grow to 87, 88, 89, 90 overall, but he'll never gain an X factor, which makes it really tough to play with them long term. It doesn't really help the chemistries, but you get what you get. Every team has those players, so I would like to stick with them and build around them, but we'll decide when it gets there. We'll see how they grow, all that kind of jazz. So let's go ahead and just run through it. I mean, we best lines the AHL squad, and it put Kasper on line 1, Edvinsson line 1, so I'm good with best lining them again. Actually, we should go make sure Yurko is playing with him. We want that sniper top line to get Kasper some more points. We got a playmaker, 2-way forward sniper on that first line if we do it like that, and then we can just go ahead and get into simulation. So let's go make sure. Okay, there we go. The AHL lines were still in effect. Let's go ahead and look at our AHL lines. So Yurko, Kasper, Zarnik, perfect. Hanas still has those guys. Hannes. All right, I think we're good. Take a peek at defense. Edvinsson. Yep, all looks good to me. All right, let's go ahead and hop into year 1 simulation. So I expect it to be bad for the NHL. I expect it to be decent for the AHL. Now, Kosa's not in the AHL, which is a little odd, but you get what you get, right? So let's go ahead and we'll do like month at a time just to see how it's going, just to not blow through it, but I expect it to be a bottom feeding kind of year. First game against Montreal, open it up at home with a shutout win. Okay, a second and a fourth for Benning. We're not buyers, so we're declining that right away. I don't want extra contracts. I don't want to give up draft picks. I'm cool with tanking as well. Not tanking as in like intentionally, but I'm cool with being a bottom feeder team for 1 year. I'm cool with it. Yep, best lines it. I'm good there. Sider's definitely our best defenseman, so he's going to be getting top line time. And yeah, definitely looks like a loser. We're going to decline it at trade block. We're going to take off. We're going to take off all of this. I don't want to be interrupted with all of those trades because we are eventually going to be interrupted with injuries. So this is, I think I'm on surplus or I'm on wants. Okay, so wants for current picks. I think I'm good with that. Wants for future picks, I'm good with that. I don't want to trade anyone else that we have, so I don't want to put on first. I don't want to put on that I want first rounder because they might like offer me, they might offer a trade for Larkin, and I don't want to do that. Surplus current picks, I'd be willing to give up fourth pluses, but not first, second, or thirds. Future picks, I'm good to leave it on second, thirds, fourths, and pluses. So we can go ahead and leave it like that. I am good with that. But yeah, I mean, 1-4 start, that's what I expect. We're not a great team. We do beat New Jersey, which is a decent team. Boston here, 5-2 loss. So I'm cool with being a bottom feeder team for year number 1. I'm definitely okay with it. Now, I mean, we're right around 500, so we're just going to keep on going. Theoretically, we're probably just going to simulate this whole season in this video. Might even get up to the draft because first year is going to be really, really simple. Ole Mata's available to play. That's good with me. Cross Annis, best lines. That might adjust who he's playing with. Realistically, I'm fine with that. Let's just go best lines there. Yurko's injured, which is a little unfortunate for Casper, but he's still got decent players to work with. Lucas Raymond's been injured. I mean, nothing I can really do. We'll go ahead and best lines that. We're 4-8 here. All right, let's see. So Simon Edvinsson has a broken foot. Just got to best lines it. He's out for 2 months. That's rough. Steven Kampfer's been injured. Just go ahead and best lines it. Looking at 5 and 9. Yurko is back available. Nice. What are we looking at? 6 and 9 here. It looks like we just won another game, 6-2. On a 3-game winning streak here. Got a point. Niederbach is available. We go and best lines that. So, I mean, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be completely honest. I figured right now we'd be about 4-14, something that bad. Camper's back. We go ahead and best lines. See, we got a win against Nashville. How about Arizona? OT loss, so took a point again. See, what about Toronto? Yeah, it's a plain loss. Sabres are a decent team. That's a plain loss. So we're 8-12-2. Now, the only thing I'm going to check on, I'm not making any changes. I'm not making any trades. I'm not doing anything. Toronto's at 17 points in 22 games. He's doing pretty decent. Let's go ahead and see what everybody else is doing. So that top line, I mean, probably still minuses. I would expect the whole team to be minuses. I mean, Perron's a +3. You got like Larkin's a -1, only at 14 points. Raymond's got, he's getting points, which I like. He might actually grow throughout the season with 16 points in 18 games. He's actually doing really well, but yeah, you can see this team just does not have it, which I expected. I completely expected. Sider's taking a lot of penalties too. What about goalies? How's Husso doing? I mean, his stats are decent, but he's losing games. So, can't really expect much else. Let's go ahead and take a look at the AHL stats. Nedeljkovic, actually, this team is 6-9-4, so they're not doing so hot. Let's go ahead and take a look at forwards here. Point leader is Soderblom on that second line. Esperance has decent points. Yurko's getting points. Casper's got 3 points in 18 games with a +8. He's just not involved in the play at all. Interesting. See, like that might be someone that we just end up moving on from. He's not producing. He's not he might not grow because of that. 6, 8, and 4. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. There's not really much I don't want to build for this year. I theoretically could with all the first rounders I have. But if I can get a franchise player with some, I mean, we'll have to check and see how the Islanders are doing. Yeah, I might even get a lottery pick from I might have 2 lottery picks this year. So I don't want to give those up. I might be able to get a franchise player or something like that. I might be able to get one of those max X Factors guys out of those. I don't want to go get a random 86 overall guy right now for it. So let's see, I mean, we're on a 2-game winning streak. On a 3-game, Rasmussen's injured. Florida's a good team here. Did we actually just beat 2 divisional opponents right there? Tampa and Florida, back to 500. Interesting. We're still bottom of the division, which I'm cool with. I realistically would rather have 2 lottery picks this year. Go ahead and best lines it. Soderblom's back, best lines it. That should help the AHL squad. Edvinson's back, there we go. So that should help the AHL squad out. They were definitely lacking there for like a month. Rasmussen's back, there we go. So yeah, injuries on 25 so far has been pretty, I would say that's pretty decent for what you would expect out of people people missing. It's going to get a little more tedious in future seasons when we actually want to adjust the lines the way we want them. And Edvinson's injured again. It's only till about here. Yep, he's already back to play, so we're good there. Let's see, how do we finish up this December month here? A loss. How about against Buffalo? That's a win against a divisional team, so that's interesting, keeping them from getting points. What about Ottawa? Last divisional game here, and that's another win. I mean, we're 3 points behind the Canadiens. Let's see, how are the Islanders doing? The Islanders are bottom of their division, so that looks like 2 lottery picks to me. I don't know. I'm actually excited about that. Let's just keep it going. We're in January here. Now, I mean, the other thing I can theoretically do is at the trade deadline, I can just blow up the other older players on the team. We can go into a pure Larkin playing with a bunch of young guys. We can move Sherratt, we can move Kopp, we can move Perron. Give them to playoff teams, let them make a run later in their career. I would be 100% cool with that. We've got, yeah, I mean, we're on a 3-game losing streak here. I just don't think this team has it. And with the state of this team, I don't think, even with the draft picks we have, we can turn us into a playoff team. So that's why I haven't been touching anybody. Robin Salo, no, we don't need to pick up another contract. We're going to be drafting. We beat Colorado. Interesting. What about Arizona? It's a lost Arizona. That's really weird. It's a weird season. A good team in the Knights we go ahead and beat. But yeah, I mean, I expect us and the Islanders to be bottom feeder teams here. So we're going to go ahead and just leave it the way it is. We'll get 2 very good draft picks here next year. So Edvinson's back. I mean, so what? The farthest you can drop is 2 spots if you're in the top 10, I think. Or like, yeah, if you're in the top 10 with picks. So even if we're the worst team, the worst we can get is 3rd. If the Islanders are the 2nd worst, the worst we can have is 3rd and 4th. And that's probably still 2 guaranteed medium elites. So that's not too bad. I would like to focus on X factors. Let's go ahead and get up to the trade deadline here. I don't like, my thing is Will Borgen. Nah, don't need him. My thing is, all right, Husso's back. Go ahead and get him playing. Theoretically, this looks like a time to get rid of our old guys. It looks like a time to get rid of Perron. It looks like a time to get rid of, I don't want to wait too long before their trade value drops even more. And I don't want to just let them go for free. I'd rather get some picks or some younger players to replace them. So I think we're going to go ahead and move them at the deadline, move them to a playoff team. We find the buyers that want them, and we go ahead and make those moves. Theoretically, if we can go ahead and move them for like prospects, maybe with top 6 medium at 20 years old, maybe like 74 overall, something like that, I would go ahead and do that. That sounds like what we're actually looking for. make the AHL team younger so that they can actually grow down there with better performance. And the Islanders are still bottom of their division. It looks like the Kraken are actually struggling the most this year out of anybody. But yeah, I mean, my thing is, theoretically, we're at 40, we're at 49, we're at 53 points, 57 points. I mean, we're winning here, but my thing is, we already have 30 losses. We're a buyer no matter what. I don't want, or no, we're not a buyer. Dang it. We're going to get offers that we don't want. And it's going to put, yeah, whatever. I can manually do these trades. So, I mean, like, none of these guys I'm really interested in. I would rather go a lot younger, and we're not going to find those guys. So, we're going to go ahead and go into find trades, see what people are willing to give for, like, Perron. Let's see. So, our highest guy will be Andrew Kopp. Yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to find a trade for Andrew Kopp. Let's see. There are definitely teams that want him. I know that for sure. So let's see. We got 19 potentials. So Shattenkirk, a third rounder in Delzato. That's not what we're looking for. 2/3 in Delzato. That's more along the lines of what we'd be looking for. We don't want Taves. That doesn't do anything for us. 2/3 in Cini. Athanasiou, bring him back. No, I'm okay. Druin, we don't need. Truba and a Rangers 6th. No. 3rd or 4th. And Ristolainen. No. 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 That's the problem is I put buyers, so they're not offering, like, they're not going to offer any of the top picks. We can get one of our draft picks back from St. Louis. A 3rd and a 4th in Scandella. 3rd and a 3rd in Tyler Myers. I don't want to take that Myers contract. I'm good. So we're going to go ahead and decline all these guys. Go ahead and get that out. We can go ahead and remove the asset. Let's go find a team that's a buyer. I accidentally clicked buyers. We're sellers. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to propose trade. Find an out-of-division team that would want Andrew Kopp. And try to get something small back for him because we don't want Kopp for another 5 years. Let's go ahead. I mean, Anaheim does want him, so they are a seller as well, but they're selling their older guys, so we don't. I mean, we could take like a loaner. That would be fine. Like take Shattenkirk off their hands. They don't want to re-sign him, so they're willing to give him up. We could theoretically take Shattenkirk and/or I mean, they don't want to give up any draft picks, so. Theoretically, take Shattenkirk, don't re-sign him, and then it's just... Then we're getting rid of a 5-year, $5.6 million contract, which I would be cool with. We're getting rid of that salary off our hands so that we can work in free agency next year to help our young guys that we're getting from the draft this year. I would be cool with that. I mean, like, a Shattenkirk deal isn't out of the question. So you know what? Actually, let's go back and see. We'll just edit the trade, take out that other guy that they were offering, and take the whatever pick they wanted to offer us. So let's go ahead and grab Kopp in here. All right, because I know they did offer Shattenkirk. So let's go ahead and find trade with open block. Shattenkirk, so yeah, I mean, like Delzato, theoretically we could take him, not re-sign him, and/or, so let's see. So can we edit it and maybe just get another pick? What's Delzato? Delzato is a little less than a 3rd. So what if we like take off Delzato and grab up another, like grab up the 4th? What about that? Will they do that? Sweet. Sounds good to me. All right. So we're also going to have to get a roster player. So that means we're going to have to get probably 2 roster players back for Perron. But we're only going to do a 1-year contract. What do we got? Incoming trade offer. Valeno. No, we're not getting rid of Valeno. He's got top 6 medium potential. I don't want McDonough, and I don't want to give up a 2nd. So we're going to go ahead and decline that. Let's go ahead and find a trade for Perron. I would like to get a roster player back, but only for 1 year. Yeah, only for 1 year would be nice. So let's go ahead and add Perron. Let's see what we can get here. I mean, like, Taves is a rental. We have the cap for him this year. I don't really like the England. I mean, it's another guy that we just don't have to re-sign after the year. And we're dumping the older guy in Perron, getting a 5th rounder. I mean, so my thing is they want to get rid of Taves. They're not going to re-sign him. I get it. So I'm fine to take him on. He fills in a roster spot. But can we take off, like, England and toss in a forward? So, like, what would I have to give up to get Athanasiou to fill in that spot? I mean, like, let's see. Trade rejected. Yeah, I mean, so I figured that. Any other roster spots I'm willing to dump for now? I don't really want to get rid of a roster spot, actually. Casper has grown up to a 73. I want to hold on to Hannes. Let's see. What if I toss in, like, we got a lot of draft picks here. What if I toss in, like, a 5th rounder? Could I get that to go through? Value on the table is too far off. What about, like, downgrade a 4th to a 5th? Table is too far off. So what about a 4th from this year? We got a lot of picks to work with here. A lot of value here. A 4th and my 4th for next year. What about that? There we go. Perfect. Osterley can go ahead and come back up. I'm cool with that. All right. So what are we looking at for forwards now? How many roster forwards do we have? One. So the first page is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I mean, that's fine with me. I'm fine with running it like that. What about defensemen? Just to make sure we can finish out the year with actual NHLers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good with me. And we got our goalies, Husso and Hellberg, Nedeljkovic when he comes back. So I'm good with that. Any other contracts we want to move on from so that we can sign these guys? I mean, so let's see. What about years left? How many we got? So Sherratt is definitely someone we could move on from. What about Sherratt? What can we get for him? Probably not much. I would assume not much. A 4th in Delzato? I would be cool with that. That's 1 year instead of 4. I don't want a forward. I would want a guy that can fill in his spot for the rest of the year. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with this one. A 4th in Delzato for Sherratt. I'm good with that. We're gonna really work in free agency next year. We're gonna have a lot of cap to work with. So, and then we got to re-sign some players. Like Larkin is extended. We're not going to re-sign Taves. We're not going to re-sign Shattenkirk. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much blowing it up and going to free agency next year, but we still have our core, which is what I'm focused on. So, yeah, I'm good with that. I think, what's our cap looking like? 17.2 available. And that's with that 10 mil right there that we're going to... Yeah. We're good here. I don't think there's any other moves we make. We offloaded some contracts. Let's see what next year's salary cap available is like. Let's see. So we're talking. It's not going to tell us here, but I mean, we're taking off another. I mean, so here's the thing is we're adding another 2 mil here. So we're down to 15. We're up to 25, up to almost 30 right there. And then we got some people to re-sign. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of money to work with in free agency, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, I think we'll be good. I think we're done on the trade deadline. So let's go ahead and hop out here. And I think we can just go ahead and exit it. I mean, let's see what moves have been made so far. How is the league shaking up with this trade deadline? Zetterlund went to Carolina. They're going to be a really good team. Let's see any other big names. I mean, Ristolainen got moved. That's not a massive name. Owen Pickering got moved to the Kings. That's interesting. Troy Stetcher went to the Devils. Arturi Lehkonen went to Seattle. Wenberg went to Colorado. Other than that, Colton Parayko went to Ottawa. Josh Norris went to St. Louis. That's a big one. Trouba went to Columbus. Boone Jenner went to New York. Gavrikov went to Florida. All right. So I think we're just going to go ahead and exit here. We're not making any more moves, so let's go ahead and just exit the trade deadline. And we'll go ahead and finish out the season, see where the Islanders and us finish. I didn't see the Islanders really making too many moves, so I don't think they're going to improve throughout the year. So I think we're going to be good for 2 lottery picks, which is going to be awesome. Let's see where the Islanders sitting. They're still dead last in their division. Looks like we got 2, maybe 3 teams that are going to finish underneath us, but lottery's the lottery, and who knows about us. So let's see, Islanders. We want, I don't know, we don't want a 3-point game, that's for sure. So no overtime game. That's fine. I just don't want an overtime game. So Wyatt Newpower's been injured. That's fine. We can best lines that. Game against Chicago here, who's somehow a good team. They don't have Patrick Kane, they don't have Taves, but somehow they're winning. Yeah, I'm cool with this. St. Louis Blues fired their head coach. All right, so they're not doing too hot. See here, we're still at the bottom. New York Islanders fired their head coach, so they're definitely not doing hot. So we're good there. Colorado, we got a good team coming up here. Let's see. Actually, you know what? We're going to go look at projected picks. So I'm pretty sure we can do that in the draft board. See what we're looking at. What it looks like the player who's going to fall in our position can be. Taves actually has 57 points. That's interesting. So we don't want to go there. We want to view the draft board. Yeah, draft board. What are we looking at here? No watch listed, but projected picks. The Red Wings, we're looking at probably 4th, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like we're looking at 4th. Colby Barlow is there, and then 7th potentially for the Islanders. All right, not too bad. Oh, Max Nemesnikov. I wonder if that has any relation to the Nemesnikov that's on the Lightning right now. That was on the Red Wings. Not sure, but let's go ahead and view draft class really quick. See what we're looking at. See what the top whatever is looking like. We know what Bedard is. What about Acker? So yeah, I mean, we know Bedard has X factors too. So we got Acker, a sniper. What X factors? So he's guaranteed max X factors. That would be a nice one to get. We have guaranteed medium elite and NHL ready. So I mean, Bedard would obviously be ideal. He's got that franchise tag. This guy, what play similar style as Taves? Okay, so that's why he's not getting crazy point production. That's weird though. He's shooting, puck skills, and senses. I mean, strength of competition is A+, and he's a two-way forward, probably a two-way forward. So that's probably why. Voinov, strength of competition A+. We got Colby Barlow, C-, but he's got a lot of points. So someone like that might be someone we can go after. Marco Lackinen with that 7th pick might be someone. Zdeno Chara, NHL ready, A. Defensive defenseman though, I'd rather stay away from them. But yeah, we're looking like probably one of these top guys. I would like to go after Dave Acker to pair with, he's got A+ shooting, magic hands, pro release, and skating. Teemu Selanne, yeah, that would be off the rush, make it snappy, 1T shock and all, magnetic and skilled up. That is an unreal player. If we can somehow get that 2nd pick, we can pair him with Larkin and Raymond in the future. That would be nuts. Obviously, if we get Bedard, we get Bedard. That's definitely who we'd go after if we can. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can make work here. So let's get the rest of the season done here. It's going to be a bit of a longer video because we're going to get the whole season done and we're going to get to the draft and see what we're looking like. So we offloaded all the contracts we wanted to offload. Let's go ahead and just get to the end here. We want to make sure the Islanders stay down there at the bottom. They're only at 66 points, so I would imagine there's not a big change that's going to happen with them, and I would like to also stay at the bottom at this point. We don't want any win streaks here. That's just winning for no reason, so don't really want to do that. Yeah, here we go. We're on a 4-game losing streak. Rangers are looking like a pretty good team. Hannes is back. We go ahead and get him back in. Looked like Casper was grown, so we can go ahead and at the end of the year take a look at like progress reports. We can go ahead and look at like what Zadina, Raymond, what all of them look like. Kubalik is injured. Yeah, I don't think we're definitely not getting enough points to leapfrog anybody here. So looks good. Looks like we're in the bottom 5, so potentially a really good draft pick from us and the Islanders. Yeah. Looks like 2 bottom We might have been able to pair like Perron and Kopp for another first round pick for next year, but I like what we did. Offloaded some contracts. We're going to work in free agency, and we got good picks. So the Islanders sitting at 71. We're at 65. So actually, we finished dead last. The Islanders finished, it looks like, 71. So they've got their second, third, fourth, potentially fifth. So fourth or fifth. Third, fourth, or fifth, depending on how the points work out. No, fourth or fifth. So should have two pretty good picks. Let's go ahead and let's just do a season wrap up. See what we're looking like. I want to go to progress reports first for our young guys. Raymond finished with team leader in points. So at a 62-point season, he might have definitely gotten some growth there, which would be nice. Let's see. So Sider went up to an 89, which is always good to see. Rasmussen went up 8, I'm assuming. Yep, natural growth up 8, so he is at an 80 overall. So that's really nice. He played, games played 89. What? That's got to be bugged. It's all good. Raymond only went up 5, but he is, yeah, he didn't grow in overall. Hopefully off season he'll get some growth. Berggren did go up 1, probably 1 natural growth in face-offs. That's not bad. He's a center, so. But he only has 51 face-offs. Yikes. All right, let's go to in the system here. Sabrango grew quite a bit, up to a 73. Edvinsson grew up to a 77. That's nice to see. Casper up to a 73. Soderblom is sitting at a 77 still. So some decent growth there. Let's see. So Edvinsson was all natural growth. It looks like it was all natural growth. What about Casper? All natural? All natural, but seems to be going pretty quick. So maybe another offseason jump for Edvinsson and Casper would be nice. Let's see. What about just our high potential? So Wallander didn't grow at all. Oh, he didn't end up playing. That's why. Yeah. That's where I would like to offload some of those AHL defense contracts for like 7th so that Wallander would fit into the top 6. But end all be all is we had the season we expected, and we have 2 good lottery picks where, I mean, the worst, it seems like we can have 3 and 7 probably. So let's go ahead and, yeah, let's jump up to the draft here. Let's go ahead and get the draft done, and that'll be the end of this video. We do have a lot of picks as well, so a lot of things to look at here. And then in the offseason, we're also going to go ahead, like during the re-sign phase, we're going to make sure we have all of our scouts and everything for the year after, since year 1 is pretty clear cut on who you want to go after, but year 2 it starts to get a little more in the dark. So we're going to go ahead and get some scouts hired in the offseason, maybe retool a coaching staff for who we draft, and we will go ahead and look at that. So it's fine, just keep going. I'm not worried about any of that. Pretty straightforward playoff picture here, though. Looks pretty standard. I don't see anyone there that surprises me. Maybe the Devils, but I mean, not even that. They're a good team this year, so it makes sense. So let's just fly through this offseason here. Boston and Philly in the conference finals. The Philly one surprises me, but Boston winning the cup, no surprise to me at all. That's actually what I would expect. And the Providence Bruins won the AHL, so big day, big year. Draft lottery, Detroit gets number 1 overall. Wow. So Connor Bedard is coming to Detroit. All right. But we dropped from 5 to 6 with the Islanders pick, but that's okay. Arizona deserves that second overall pick. They've been screwed out enough. They deserve that. So Connor Bedard is coming to Detroit. That is very big. So let's see. Retirements in the first year. Usually nobody huge. We got Joe Thornton. That's definitely a Hall of Famer right there. Other than that, not really looking at too much else. Any Detroit or Grand Rapids. So Ivan McGillney retired for Grand Rapids. That's okay. We can go ahead and get someone else. Don't need to do draft interviews, but let's go ahead and start the NHL entry draft. Now we know that Connor Bedard is coming to Detroit, but realistically what we need to worry about more is that 6th overall. So what we're going to go ahead and do is just view the draft class. Let's go ahead and see what is at number 6. So Carlson actually dropped down and Voinov went up. Barlow's here. So we're looking at 6 is this defensive defenseman, Marko Laakkonen. Strength competition is A+, and he still was a plus 14 with 15 points. We might want to grab this Laakkonen. No other defenseman, what, even in the top 10, yeah. So we might want to, I mean, at 6th, we might be able to get him. Should we try to trade up? I don't think so, because I know we can get Braden Yeager. Dalibor Dvorsky isn't bad. And who knows, if he moves up in the draft, then we're getting someone like Barlow or Carlson. So I'm good with that completely. So let's go ahead and we're going to pick where we are. And Bedard is coming to Detroit. So that is interesting. Let's go ahead and get Connor Bedard to Detroit. Yeah. Sniper, franchise medium, 80 overall. Let's go ahead and see how these pay out. So Acker is sniper, 80 overall, just like him. He's max X factor. So that's not too bad. Kind of the same as Bedard, just Bedard has that franchise potential. Carlson went from 4th to 3rd. Center playmaker, medium elite at 76 overall. Let's go and see. We got Barlow. So is Voinov going here or no? Voinov does go here. So we get our defensive defenseman at medium elite as well, who's also NHL ready. We get Laakkonen. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that pick. Marko Laakkonen. Defensive defenseman, 76 overall medium elite. So we might go ahead and give him top line. He's got truculence, stick him up, shutdown, and bouncer. So that is a penalty kill defenseman right there. That's top line penalty kill defenseman for the rest of his career. Let's go ahead and just see what else is available. So Yeager was there. He's medium elite 72. Dvorsky medium elite 69. Zach Benson medium elite. That's nice. And then Bootland is a grinder that goes in the top 10. All right. He went 11th. He went 10th. Yeah, so top 10. Sale, top 6 medium. So we're looking like we got into the top 6s here. All right, so we got first overall in the second round as well. Any sleeper picks that happened here? Let's see. Any random medium elites that fell into here? What is that? Elite medium Haltonen. It's a good pickup for them. Anybody else that fell low? Nope. All right, so let's go ahead and make our pick at 33rd overall. Now, what I do want to look at is I am actually not 100% sure. Dower Nilsson. He was in the Red Wings system. That's weird. So maybe he dropped back into the draft. I do want to look and see if there's any medium elite goalies. It looks like 72nd is the next one. He does have guaranteed starter medium, so we might go after him a little bit later. Let's see. What do we got for all players, though? Anyone else? I mean, scout recommendation is this Stephen O'Donnell. Anyone with potential X factors? This Fisker Molgard. No guaranteed of anything. Let's see. So strength, I mean, he's got decent points. No report on him at all. Dower Nilsson, basically no points. NHL ETA is guaranteed at 2 years, though. That's not awful. Nothing guaranteed. He fits our scheme right now. So if we were to stick with this coach, then he would definitely fit the scheme. Let's see. So, I mean, realistically, we got another soon pick. I think we just go top of the top. Let's take O'Donnell. Let's see what he's got. What do we get here? We got a top 9 medium. I mean, let's see. What do they get under us? Top 6 medium with Dower Nilsson. That's what I was expecting. I thought so, but I didn't want to bank on it. This guy's got potential X factors. He fits our scheme, so I think we're going to go with him. Top 6 medium. Nice. I like that. All right, let's go to pick 53 here. What is our next pick? So I want to see draft board. When is our next pick? We do have this one here or this one here that we can grab the goalie with. I think we're going to grab him with our first pick in round 3. So that guaranteed starter medium, I think that's who we're going to go with there. We got nothing on many of these guys, so let's go ahead and get Kiiskinen. Top 9 medium. Let's go ahead and, yeah, pick 65. We'll try to grab that goalie up. So let's see, is he still available? Let's see, all players. Is that goalie still available? Yeah, Hamhuis, there he is. We're grabbing him up. I like it. Starter medium. NHL ETA is 5 years. That's common for goalies. So starter medium, we're going to grab up Jalen Hamhuis. There you go, 47 overall. Yeah, we're not signing him for 3 years, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and sim all the way to the end of round 4 here. And realistically, we're just taking shots in the dark. I mean, Tillett here in round 4, it's guaranteed top 6 low. We might be able to make something work. He's only 17, so NHL ETA is 3 years. They expect him to grow, so let's go ahead and grab Raphael Tillett. There we go. All right, we got pick 129, so 15 picks later. We're in round 5 here, so these are all shots in the dark. Let's see. You know what? Let's get some size on the team. What's the biggest guy in the draft? 6'8", 222. Carter Ansems. Sounds good. You're coming to Detroit, Carter. AHL top 2. Nice. All right, pick 193 here. Let's see what we can grab up. We got Higgins here, potentially an offensive defenseman. Sure, we'll go ahead and grab Ty Higgins. 7th D low. All right, so nothing else. They're just shots in the dark, which is just as good as the computer making them for me. So let's go ahead and get through the entry draft. We got Bedard, we got Lackinen, we got Fisker, Molgard. So we got some good picks here. Bedard being franchise. Definitely, that is the highlight. That is the pick of the future. So we're in re-sign phase here. This is it's in the re-sign phase. Let's see what we got here. All right. We're not going to worry about coaches until after we do our players. So we're going to go ahead and end it after the re-sign phase. We'll do free agency at the beginning of next video. Now, Taves, sorry, buddy. I don't want to offer you any money. I mean, what do you want? You actually don't want that much. I might be able to give you a 1-year deal. You got top 6. I mean, you dropped to top 9 at 4.5. I could get someone else in case he drops to top 9. So sorry, Taves. You can go ahead and take your shot in free agency. Same with you, Shat and Kirk. Athanasiou, he doesn't want an extension. I would rather do 1 year, and I mean, at an 81 overall, I can find somebody else. So go ahead and drop you off. We got 42 mil of cap space to work. Now, these guys I wouldn't mind grabbing up. We're definitely grabbing Joe Veleno. So let's go ahead and what are we looking at here? I mean, top 6 medium potential, 8 years at 3 mil. I could probably get him at 8 years at 2.5, even if he grows up to like 82, 83. That's a steal for the next 8 years for his whole career. So we'll go ahead and offer him that. He can play bottom line time for us. Bedard 100% gets signed immediately. And then a bunch of depth guys. So let's see. What are we going to do here? So, I mean, Pissick, what do you want? 1.7. Suter, you want 2.7. Let's just go to all expiring here. I mean, let's see. So do I have too many? So, I mean, let's just go to forwards here. We've got Raymond for first line with Larkin and Bedard, I think is what we're going to do for this year. Second line, we got Fabry, Kubalik. We're going to have to go to free agency for a second line center, it looks like. I mean, what's Fabry's face-off? So second line center or winger, potentially. So we need a second line center. Third line, we got Berggren, Zadina, Rasmussen we can run. I just don't want to sign too many forwards. We got Veleno. Yeah, I just don't think we need Suter. No, we got too many, and we're also going to look at free agency here. So I think we're going to run that for forwards here. What about in the system expiring? Yeah, so it's going to be like Chason. So let's go ahead and set up our forwards for the AHL. I'm cool with getting Weatherby back. Well, let's check our unsigned players because I want to make sure if we have any of those that we for sure want to get in. Kilpinen, we're not going to re-sign, so we can just leave him. Molgard, I would like to leave him for a year or two down there. Get him to grow into the 70s at least. All right, so we know what we have. So, theoretically, yeah, someone like Weatherby, Luff, Yurko, all these guys can come back. Let's sort by potential here first. Any AHL players we for sure. Molgard, we're going to leave for a year or two. Same there. All right, so Niederbach, we're going to want to get back. So let's go ahead and sign him. Andresen, let's go ahead and sign him. Dauer Nilsson. We can go ahead and release him. He can test his luck in free agency. And then after that, yeah, we're just going to go by overall to make that AHL team decent. So, Yurko, we're definitely bringing you back. He wants a one-way. Nah, we'll go ahead and get a two-way in free agency to fill that in. Shason wants a one-way. Nope, sorry, buddy. We'll go to free agency for AHL. Matt Luff, he wants a one-way. Nah, we'll go to free agency for you. Weatherby, he wants a one-way. Nope. We're rebuilding our We're completely rebuilding our AHL squad. Adam Ernie, he wants a one-way. Nope. O'Regan, what do you want? You want a two-way. Yep, we can grab you back. That's good with me. McLaughlin, no way you don't want a two-way. Yep, we'll go ahead and grab you back. All right, so that looks good to me for forwards. Let's go look at defensemen. All right, what are we working with here? So, I mean, Pissick, I think we want to retool and actually be a decent team this year. So someone like Pissick, we're probably going to upgrade on. So let's go ahead and release you. Delzato, nope, we can move on from you. Hag, it's depth, we can move on. Lindstrom, top 6 medium, what do you want? Let's see if you'll accept a two-way at 9.5. If not, then we'll probably move on. Osterley, I'm good with keeping you for depth in the NHL for a year. That's fine with me. Lackinen, we're definitely signing you. You're playing AHL time this year for sure. Camphor, we can move on from you. Find someone else. McIsaac, I definitely want to get you back. That's good with me. New Power, your AHL top 2. We'll move on from you. We can find someone better. Wallander, we definitely want to re-sign here. We can give you that two-way. That's good with me. Landowski, I'm cool with bringing back. All right. Okay, so what are we looking at here for defensemen so far? So 1, 2, we're going to fill that out. So AHL, we're probably starting AHL at Edvinsson. Potentially NHL. So we'll just bet on Osterley being there. We'll bet on Edvinsson being there. If he's not, then we're good. We can sign someone else. So we got Osterley 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we don't want to sign any AHL defensemen, but all of these guys. Plandowski, Vero. We can go ahead and bring this guy in. These are going to be our depth AHL defensemen. None of these guys we need to sign. All right, what about goalies? Let's see. So Nedeljkovic we can bring back depending on the money. 1 year at 1 mil. I'm 100% cool with that. Hellberg we can go ahead and bring back for the AHL. I'm good with that. Bednar. Yeah, I mean, we can bring back all these guys. I'm not too worried about it. What's Ham? Yeah, Hammy is only 47. We're not going to bring him back. So Van Pottelberg. That's 5 goalies. Yeah, we can go ahead and sign Bratstrom for a 1 year. 2 years is fine with me. Okay. So I think that's all of our players re-signed. Let's see, let's just make a look at all expiring. All right, we got a heavy free agency to play here. So yeah, I think we got all the contracts offered that we want. So let's go in advance day here. We're going to do the coaching staff and the scouts as well. But let's just check all these re-signs, see who declines, see who doesn't. Hellberg is rejecting, Osterley rejecting, Valeno rejecting. Wow, everyone is rejecting. All right, let's just spam through this here. We can go ahead and get through all of it. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and go to contracts again. Let's see. All right, who is still expiring? So all skaters expiring is Valeno. We definitely want him back. He only wants 2 years. We can give him 2 years at like 1.5. We have a lot of money to work with, so I'm fine with that. I mean, how much do you want? 1.4 at 2 years. We can do 1.5, see if he'll take that. If not, we just go to free agency. Osterley. We can do like 1.1 at 1 year. O'Regan, McLaughlin, Zito. I'm fine with releasing them. We can go find other people. All right. And then goalies. We definitely got to get these guys at least. I mean, do we? We can probably go to free agency for goal. I don't want to bet on free agency. So we'll go ahead and go at 1.2. And then Hellberg, we can go ahead and go at like 1.1. Let's check those. Advanced A. Hellberg re-signed, Osterley re-signed, Valeno re-signed, Lindstrom re-signed, and Delkovich re-signed. Okay, that should be everybody. All expiring. Yeah, we got none. All right. So, what about extensions? Anybody with 1 year left that we can extend? I mean, you can't extend Sider because he's still on his rookie contract. We could extend. We can extend Kubalik during the season if we want to. We'll have to look at it when it comes around. So what we do have to pay attention to is we got Raymond, Berggren, and Sider that will all need contracts. So let's see. Let's sort here. So we're looking at Kubalik, Rasmussen, Berggren, Raymond, Sider. Any other big guys? I mean, we got 40 mil. That should be plenty enough to get those guys signed. So, yeah, we're looking at a big free agency. All right, let's go take a look at coaching staff and scouts, and then we will call it a day for this episode 1. So, can we even hire staff here? Coaching staff, I know we can extend if they were expiring. But it looks like just an AHL associate coach there. Let's see, any contracts at 0? Bukaboom, he does have an A+. I mean, here's the thing, Fog of War is off. So, no. We're getting rid of all pro scouts. Bang. Bang. Fog of War is off. Bang. Get rid of. Get rid of. NHL Central, get rid of. NHL Metro, you're gone. NHL Pacific, you're gone. All right, no pro scouts left. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to, once we get into the season, because we can't actually hire any of these guys right now, we're going to get after the re-sign phase, and then we'll go ahead and hire these at the beginning of the next video and or off camera, and I will just show you guys. So I think that is what we're sitting at. We're going to go ahead and do free agency in the next video. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.